Last week I made a recipe for my friends. They wanted to eat something sweet. Then I made something that they really liked. So I would like to share with you today. I'm going to make the same recipe in a video. I'm not really sure how to call it. Sometimes I call flourless chocolate cake. Sometimes I make it differently and I finish with a chocolate mousse, but it doesn't matter how you finish it, you're going to end up with a delicious recipe. So, first of all, we are going to melt the chocolate. Okay, I have here bittersweet chocolate and I do not use milk chocolate because it's going to be very sweet. So I'm going to melt it in a microwave and for 30 seconds. Do not put more than that, otherwise you're going to burn your chocolate, okay? And you can also use water bath. Just make sure you chop the chocolate in small pieces, put into a glass bowl, and then on top of a boiling water pan. Okay, this is how you're going to make water bath. I really prefer to use microwave because it's faster and easier. So once you put 30 seconds, make sure to stir it a little bit because sometimes the chocolate is melted, but it keeps the shape. So you might think that it's not melted, but it is, and you may end up burning your chocolate. Okay, so one more time. So, let's stir it one more time. Next time I'm going to put only 20 seconds because I think it's going to be enough. The bowl is already hot, so it keeps melting the chocolate. A little bit more. Ta-da! No more heat because the bowl is really hot and I only have a small piece of chocolate here which is going to melt with the own heat here in this bowl. So just be patient and stir a lot. Meanwhile, we are going to separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. So, first thing, if you live in a very humid city, just like I do, here in my city it's very humid all year long. Once I remove the eggs from the fridge, it gets all sweaty like that. So you need to dry it, okay? Because we are going to whip the egg whites and we want the egg whites to develop. So it's really important that you dry the surface with a paper towel, okay? And then we can separate. Make sure your stand mixer is also very dry. So I'm going to separate. And I'm putting the egg whites straight in the stand mixer. So like I mentioned before, the same method and the same recipe, you can end up with a delicious chocolate mousse. If you are making a mousse, make sure you use pasteurized eggs. It's really important because here in this recipe we are going to bake and it's fine to use raw eggs, but if you're ending up with a mousse, it's really important to use the pasteurized ones, okay? So here in my egg whites, I'm going to add a pinch of salt. You can also use cream of tartar, but I really like the taste of salt here. It's completely different when you don't add it. It's really important to add, okay? So a pinch and a little bit more salt. It's not only a pinch, it's a bigger pinch. So whip it in medium speed, okay? And once it starts to foam, we are going to add half of sugar, half of the amount of sugar, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly when it's time. That's it. Half of sugar. And let's keep whipping a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to stir my chocolate one more time to make sure everything's melted. And I'm going to add the butter, which is room temperature. Ta-da! Butter. I'm using unsalted butter. And then you stir it. So now the egg whites are white. Now it's in the perfect consistency to add the second amount of sugar. Notice that I'm adding the second pot of sugar once the egg whites start to get really white and the bubbles of air, the air bubbles start to get smaller, okay? This is the right time to add the second half of sugar. So when it's whipping here, I'm going to add to my chocolate and butter paste the egg whites, the egg yolks actually. And then you stir it. Make sure everything's homogeneous here. So let me show you how it is. Like this. Stiff peaks, can you see? But not over whip it. It's really important not to over whip your egg whites, okay? This is the perfect consistency. You can use medium to stiff peaks, between medium and stiff. Ta-da! So we are going to add first a small amount of the egg whites here, of the French meringue actually, here in the chocolate. And then we are going to add the rest. I usually make first half of the meringue and then the rest of it. And then with circular movements, we are going to scrape the heavy part, which is the chocolate that is on bottom, in the bottom of the bowl. And then we need to put it straight to the top. By doing this, we avoid the meringue to lose volume and consistency. We first make this mixture a little bit more similar to the meringue. Make sure everything is homogeneous, and then we are going to put everything here in the stand mixer bowl, which is bigger, and we can fold it properly. And then I'm going to repeat the same movement, the circular movement, scraping the bottom. So that's it. Everything is homogeneous. This is exactly what we want. But this mixture has a lot of air, okay? This is something that you need to keep in mind, that this must be very fluffy with a lot of air. And now we are going to put straight on this little, how can I call it? You have no idea. In these little pots, but you can use anything you want. You can put it straight to the fridge and it's going to become a mousse, like I said before. But make sure you use pasteurized eggs, okay? But now I'm going to bake it, and I'm going to put straight to these pots. Make sure you leave like 1 centimeter distance between the mousse, not the mousse, between the chocolate batter and the edge. If you are making this recipe aiming to sell, then you can use those ones. This is made of paper. I usually find on the stores, the pastry stores here in my city, and it's really nice because it might go to the oven, and the result is actually really cute as well. So that's it. Let's bake them. Ta-da! Look how perfect they are. You guys have no idea how this kitchen is smelling right now. I really want to eat them all. Not only me, but Tomás in the camera, he's like craving to eat it. So let me show you how I know it's nice to come out of the oven. Yeah, the toothpick, it's between clean and between dirty, just like a brownie, exactly the same consistency, okay? Do not overbake it because you're going to end up with a regular cake, and this must be really moist, okay? Just double checking. We baked at 160 Celsius degrees for 12 minutes. My oven has a fan. If you're not using oven with fan, you can put them at 180 Celsius degrees for the same time, okay? So I really like eating those when they are still warm. So I'm going to try them now. Wait a second. Let me know if that worked. Mm. Oh my God, look at this. So this is the perfect consistency for this flourless chocolate cake. We have a moisty interior, but this crust here, oh my God, it smells so good. I'm going to try it. Mm. I don't want to say anything else, I just want to eat them. Oh my God. Mm. I want to show you how it is inside. So that's it. I really hope you like this video and the recipe. I really hope that you make it at home. And once you make, make sure you tag me or direct message me, okay? Because I'm going to love to see it. If you like this video, please like it, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. That's it. Bye.